Our first fireside chat is with Nuno Bamberg, Senior Vice President, Brand and Marketing of Sleep Country Canada, who was voted Most Trusted Mattress Retailer. So Sleep Country is celebrating its 30th anniversary this year. Congratulations, all of us who know what it's like to build a brand in such a diverse country. So why is consumer trust so important to your organization, and what challenges have you faced in maintaining consumer trust, especially in a competitive market like mattresses?
Without a doubt, to the core of what we do, the reason why we're here today, 30 years after, is exactly because consumer trust is the core of everything that we do. And the reality is we work in an industry that has a very unique yet bizarre relationship as relates to our beds. So as humans, we all think of our beds as this place we want to get into at the end of the day to refuel, to recharge, to re-energize, to be ready for the next day. However, when it comes to purchasing an actual mattress, our relationship is rather transactional. All the emotion is removed from the conversation. Now I'm very practically looking at a product, at a commodity, quite frankly. And so for us, the reason why trust is so important is because going through the process of acquiring a mattress has a lot more trust in the relationship that you have with your associate, be it online or be in store, than you can imagine, because it's one of the most personal things that you can talk about, quite frankly. And the unique thing about Sleep Country Dormez-Vous, when you think about it, is nowhere in Canada can you actually go through the same experience you go through at Sleep Country and Dormez-Vous. No retailer in Canada, at a large scale at least, has put sleep as not only the main, but the sole attraction of everything that we do. And why I'm touching on that is because that means we've set the standard to the industry itself. And when you set your own standard, the challenge is there's no end line. There's really just a consistent pursuit of getting better and delivering excellence in everything that you do. So for us, delivering that trust isn't a splash of moment in time, is a consistent proving the worth of what we do day in, day out, at a store level, in our digital experience, in every touch point we have with our consumer. So that's the biggest challenge that we have. And if you think about the mattress purchase journey today, it's such a convoluted, complex, noisy space, cluttered space, with a lot of claims being made out there, a lot of them empty claims, that puts a lot more pressure on those who do take sleep as a fundamental need that we have and such an important component of our lives, and proving the value of it. The other challenge when you think about Sleep Country and Dormez-Vous, despite the fact that as businesses we carry incredible similarities, we are operating in two different markets. Dormez-Vous doesn't exist outside of Quebec. Canada doesn't exist anywhere else but Quebec. Sorry, exists everywhere else but Quebec. And quite frankly, you just lean into the cultural nuance of the Quebec market to do it right, not only by Quebecers, but also by the history of Dormez-Vous. Because Dormez-Vous was born in Quebec. In fact, Dormez-Vous was founded 6 months before Sleep Country was ever founded. And therefore, doing right by the province is extremely important to us. And because of, obviously, the English first-led organization that we are today, ensuring that we have the right talent to address the market is really important.
What are some of those unique challenges, like in Quebec, that are different than you face in English Canada, for example?
Yeah, good question. All of them, quite frankly, I see as an opportunity. Quebecers gravitate towards a lot of the local businesses, a lot of locally produced and supporting the local economy and the local culture. Quebecers also have a different humor and lifestyle than we do. We all love humor, but Quebecers are slightly different that way. And quite frankly, as a creative person, that gives me a lot of freedom to be funnier, to take a little more risk, to be a little bolder with what we do. And a lot of the creative that we produce today actually starts in Quebec, and then it gets somewhat adapted to the rest of Canada market, which is a bit of a bizarre transition from traditionally how the market operates by design. But yeah, there's just especially being a Quebec-born brand, there is heightened pressure and responsibility to deliver on the cultural nuances of the market. And frankly, for the longest time, I'm not sure we were doing that as well as we could. Today, I feel very proud to have the right team in place, and it's all about my team. They do all of the work. I'm just a passenger that's fortunate to work with all of them. But they do a lot of work to ensure that we are in tune with the market, the different nuances, especially as the cultural landscape of our country continues to evolve everywhere in Canada, frankly.
So how have you decided to leverage the most trusted credential in your marketing and advertising? For example, is it the credential connected to a direct trust message? Mm-hmm. Is it linked to specific brand attributes? Or is it just the trust logo that's used as visual support?
Great question. And frankly, we thought a lot about this one because the easiest answer would be, and I'll get to it in a second, yes, we do utilize it across multiple channels. You saw it on the trucks, but we actually use it a lot more than that and continue to use it even further as we think of 2025. But in reality, what we want to focus on is showing Canadians across this country why is it that we were first considered, and then by consequence, in the eyes of consumers, won the best mattress, the most trusted mattress retailer in Canada. And that for us hangs itself around three key lenses, if you will. One is, to your point, delivering on the values that we stand for as a brand and as a company. Two is being extremely transparent in how we operate, from pricing to promotional strategy to everything that we do to a T. And three, ensuring that when we talk about customer centricity and being focused on delivering the best possible sleep solution and experience for every Canadian, because everyone has a different sleep need and style, is delivering on that every single day. And so for us, is the combination of those factors that, in our opinion, led us to be considered and then winning the award, and putting that front and center at all times and staying true to that. It's incredibly important. But I'll tell you also this, the incredible power as a message that has had internally is the thing that surprised me the most. Because it has given us, as an organization, this, think about it as this shared value, this thing that we rally around to now continue to be striving to hit and win every year. And it gives every single one of our 1,700 associates a feeling that in some way, shape, or form, they had a hand in shaping the success of the business today. And then back to your question, we plan to use it and already use it starting to TV, social, out of home, trucks, because again, in our space, trust still is the number one factor influencing purchase decision making. And in the retail space we play in, you shop two retailers at most. So if I am the most trusted, good chance is I have a lag over the competition.
You're going to hear from my partner Scott very soon when he presents his TED Talk presentation of some new BrandSpark research that completely supports what you just said, and that's going to help you to continue to be that first choice.
Good job, John.
As we know from the BrandSpark Trust studies we've conducted over the years, delivering quality and value are key drivers. And we know that Canadians take pride in getting great value. They hate being ripped off, especially during challenging economic times. So how do you think about trust in relation to price-value equation, and how do you ensure consumers recognize the value your brand is providing versus competitors?
That's an excellent question, especially in the times that we're all living in. And I think it's fair to say, in different ways, shapes, and forms, we're all feeling the need to be a bit more value conscious, right? And for us at Sleep Country, those two things are inextricably connected and can't be separated. Trust and value go hand in hand. And again, it's showing the true value equation. Every brand or retailer in our space has a different way to approach the value equation. And for us, that doesn't mean to be the cheapest out there. It is to be the fairest, the most consistent, and delivering the best experience across the board. And that's what Canadians do expect of us. Expect from us reliability, consistency, and quality in everything that we do. So those things for us are front and center. And ultimately, when you as a consumer experience great quality product with incredible expertise and knowledge, and you feel like you're walking away with removal of any concerns around, did I buy the right product? Will it last? In our case, it will last you 8, 9, 10, 12, 15 years. And so we make an incredible effort through, one, again, promotion and pricing strategy to be very transparent, but two, through our sleep experts, which are really our secret sauce, to ensure that you, Robert, or John, or Claire, anyone walking to a store online or via Dreamline, has removed from the equation the concern that, have I bought the right product? That's a guarantee coming from us, and that's how we address it.
All right, well, thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me.